Hello. So happy to have you with me. My name is Jennifer. I am the light of the Leo. Once again, happy to have you joining me. This is this is my series, my Struggle to Be Me series. And today, I am going to talk about letting go of supposed to be. Um, there's so many things that people believe that you're supposed to be doing. You should be the best way to do it and things of that nature, especially in this life. Um, and that's yet another thing that kills creativity and individuality. So we're going to talk about that, of course. Thank God I'm not on my own doing this. I have my amazing friends, my brother and friend Jonathan, as well as the bestie and bro Mike. Welcome.
Hey.
How y'all doing?
Okay. Y'all, I'm half asleep, but I am going to make it through because I
Well, we're gonna get rid of the struggle of the sleepness.
okay,
Okay, yes, we're gonna
come on.
cast that thing right on out.
We rebuke it.
Yes.
All right. So, let me tell you how this topic came about. Let me move some things around here. Okay, cool. Let me tell you how this topic came about. So today I saw somebody at church that I haven't seen in a long time, and they were concerned about the clothes that they're wearing, wondering like, well, maybe I should not have worn this. And I said, nobody looked at you crazy in here. You're good, as long as you have clothes on, you're not, it's nothing revealing. You look good, you're fine. And it really had me thinking about the regulations and the stops that we put on ourselves when it comes to what we're supposed to be looking like or what we're supposed to be doing. Like, there's people that feel like they were supposed to be going to college, but college wasn't for them. Or they're supposed to be acting specific ways, or supposed to be wanting women or men or the same sex, or
Mhm.
not the same sex,
The
or
opposite sex.
the opposite sex. Thank you.
Right.
And that is, I'm feeling and seeing and hearing is it's a killer of individuality and
Mhm.
creativity. And the one thing that I've really been learning in this process is we must be ourselves at all times. I feel like we become the most successful as we step in to who we are as people. And we also shine a lot brighter, and people see us more when we step out and just be ourselves. Like, what you think about that, Jonathan?
Right. Yeah, I think one of the best things that you just said is that it kills individuality. I think that's one of the most beautiful things about the way that God made us. He made us all individual. Yes, even twins, like I said, I think in a prayer or whatever, even twins, although they share the same DNA, they're not exactly the same. There are no two
Mhm.
human beings that are exactly the same, and that's what I love about the human race. That's what I love about God. That's what I love about community,
Mm,
because of our individuality, it does put us into certain communities as well. And it's great. I love being me. I wouldn't want to be anything but who I am.
freaking amazing.
And right, yeah. So yeah, that's I crave individuality because it shows people who you are at the core. It really shows people
Mhm.
who you are, and I love that.
I love you,
Yes.
Mike.
Well, I think everybody is born with the struggle of finding themselves, and
Mhm.
some people find it early. Some people find it in their middle age. Some people don't find it at all, which is very sad. I think
Mm,
that Kevin Campbell coming out at the age that he is right now is probably with the struggle of finding himself. So that was good, and I congratulate him for doing that.
Mhm.
Um, I think people struggled with the struggle of finding themselves because you're born into people who are raising you to be a certain thing, and it's
mhm,
not intentionally that you're trying to force you to be something totally that you're not. That you're not, but every for me, for example, I couldn't be myself at an early age because I knew that I was,
How you doing?
How you doing?
Right.
But you know, I couldn't act on that because it wasn't acceptable for one, and you couldn't explain it. And then also it just wasn't acceptable basically. So
Yeah.
it wasn't going to be something I could act on. So, but when you find yourself,
Oh my.
it's nothing like being yourself. When you walk into the room and you yourself, people are going to gravitate towards you.
Absolutely.
It's going to remember you. It's people don't even remember. Like, hey, I remember you from. You're like, okay, hey girl, like, what's
Okay.
that? But no, but it's only because you are yourself, and people love people who are authentic.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
yes.
Mommy said, "Hi guys, finally found y'all."
Hello.
Hey, mommy.
I thank you, mommy. Go ahead and subscribe. You won't have to look so hard.
Right. And the thing is, everyone is born with certain expectations. Just right off the bat,
Mhm.
you're expected to be act a certain way. And when you are someone, if you're someone in the LGBTQ plus community, that is the hardest thing to do, is because you're
Yeah.
subverting all of the expectations that will be set for your particular gender. And
Yes.
that just makes things move slower.
Mhm.
Because I did not accept my sexuality until I was around 19, 20 years old. And, I would believe that more heterosexual people will probably find who they are a little bit earlier than that. I won't say too much earlier, but just a little bit earlier than that. But also, when it comes to the LGBTQ plus community, you'll have some people who don't find who they are until they're like 50, 60
Yeah.
years old. And they I won't say they wasted all that time, but all that time has
Mhm.
passed because of their fears, because they didn't want to insult or cause a scene or whatever the case might be. It's crazy. So
I think a prime example would be Bruce Jenner.
right,
Wow.
right.
You do have a point there. Mommy said, I did substitute with notifications. I'm pretty sure she meant subscribe.
Of course you did.
Whatever.
I'm thinking that's probably autocorrect. That might be
Yeah, the autocorrect. That's what did it.
Mhm.
But I will have to say for myself, and this is an ever growing process because we as human beings continue to grow and we continue to learn, we continue to evolve. Some things that we like at 22 is certainly not what we like at 35.
You're right about that.
There are some things that totally change. So we are ever growing. So we forever need to continue to find out who we are, continue to do that. But for me, like you guys this is why it's so easy to talk to the LGBTQIA for me, because you guys had to fight to be who you are every single day, because there's nothing that covers that up sometimes. Like you just can't help for it to be seen like, there's something different about you.
And the funny thing is, there are some who can cover it up, and they
Yeah.
are so
Play the
blessed.
role.
Like they are like, they really don't have to really come out if they don't want to, depending on what they want their lives to be.
Mhm.
But like sometimes I won't say I get
I-
jealous, but
I wouldn't call it a blessing. I have had somebody who covered it up, and was saying, "I wish that I could be like you, where I can go out and really be myself."
Mhm.
So
Wow.
I don't know if it's a blessing that they can cover. I mean, they probably can get more acceptance from people, but probably deep down inside they're still fighting, fighting to be themselves.
There's still freedom that's
Yeah.
to be had.
Right.
And for me,
no,
like my freedom is like being able to this is why I have the whole my struggle to be me thing. Simply because okay, I know I'm great, right? But there has been so many times that I've been ignored or dismissed, or people, there's people that would actually like dislike me because so many people like me. Like
Mhm.
yeah,
I
it happens.
I've always
You
found that
take away
like,
the shine from them.
exactly, because I shine
Mhm.
so bright. And when it comes to it's like I used to not even talk like this because I was concerned about the next person, whether or not they felt like they could shine like I shine. Like we all need to be aware that we all can shine in our own ways. This is why I like circles of friends, because we all have our different personalities. And when you're free to be yourself, everybody fits in where they get in because they're not trying to be the next man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for me, um, I would have to say it's been like in the last 2, 3 years that I've been really trying to step out and be me at all times. I was talking to Tyrone because that's my husband, and we were both in marching band together. Okay, if you got a consensus, or if you asked everybody in marching band, which was over 200 people at some points, and just asked like, "Do you know Jennifer?" Yeah, yeah, that's her over there. I never heard her talk before. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
I've never had a conversation with her. It's true because I just really didn't. I didn't talk. I wasn't there for everybody. I guess, child. I don't know.
And
Um,
that is shocking to me. I can't believe that.
I
it's
can believe it because I kind of feel like I was the same way. Surprisingly, I know. Like now, I can't stop talking. But it was one point where because I knew that I wasn't accepted and I wasn't bringing myself, I had to pretend to be something else. I
yeah.
would limit myself to do certain things because I didn't really want to put myself in the center of attention where people can make a joke or make fun. So
Mhm.
I didn't. I shed my light so I can live through the day, get through the day
And for
peacefully.
me, it's like I kept my ideas, I kept my little jokes, I kept my opinions to
Mm-hmm.
myself because I was so concerned of what other people would think. I would
Mm-hmm.
fight myself at all times, you know. But eventually, when I got to a space to just start being more vocal, um, oh gosh, my mother says I can't believe it because Jennifer talks to everybody.
Okay, Mama, I can't believe it neither.
Yeah, that's how that was. But you know,
Back
I
when back when
go
I
ahead.
was growing up, the reason why I didn't talk that much was because I felt like the minute I opened my mouth, everybody was going to know for a fact that I was gay. And then at the same time, I also felt that what I could contribute to the conversation wasn't worth anything. Like I felt like I couldn't really contribute to what it is that everybody else was saying, or I wouldn't have
Mhm.
the right words to add on to the conversation.
And you know, just thinking about those thoughts that we had of ourselves, a part of me truly feels like there's nothing that anybody could have really said to be like, you know what? You need to speak up more often because I heard all of that,
Mm,
you know?
right.
Or like when, okay, I think I've told this story before, but when I tried out to be Miss 101, and I was in front of everybody and I was myself. And when I asked the bestie, Cece, I asked her, so like, what were you thinking when I went up there and did that? She's like, I cannot believe she's up there being herself. Okay, Cece, she's one of those best friends from middle school that knows me, knows me, knows me.
Right.
And one of the things he knows about me is that I don't be myself in front of everybody all the time.
Mhm.
It's kind of sad. But don't worry, guys. I'm working on it. Now I have to. Okay, can I tell you what I'm working on now?
Tell us.
I'm working on not being starstruck. That's what I'm working on.
You
I'm not
must.
starstruck.
You
You
must
you get
work on
starstruck,
that.
Jennifer?
Yes, she does. She definitely does. She gets
I,
nervous. She gets real shy. She don't want to. I don't think I've ever told this story on YouTube, so I will tell it now. We were in Atlanta for Kevin from the Scorpion Show's birthday party, and we were
okay.
in VIP, and Funky Dineva came to the party to support Kevin. And so we were on one side of VIP, and the VIP section actually wasn't even that big, but Funky Dineva and Kevin were on the other side of VIP. And Jennifer came up to me. She's like, I'm scared. I don't want to say nothing to him. I don't
Oh,
want to bug him.
Jen.
I don't want to disturb
I
him.
wanna
And they're just
bother.
having so much conversation. And
Now she acting like a little child.
It's
right, that's exactly how she was talking too.
I'm not starstruck. I think I can meet a celebrity. Mal Bailey, Cynthia's sister. Now she was
yes.
down here. I met her. My one of my friends they're very close. So one day he invited everybody to the house, and she was there, and we were just. I wasn't like. Well, I know she's. I guess you would say she's a celebrity. I guess you could say. I mean,
she's been on TV.
Yeah, she's been on TV, but it was people in the home who was like, just you can just tell they was doing so extra, like just extra for no reason. She was there. Right. But I was like, okay, you can tell the fakeness when you see it. You can just see it. But anywho,
yes, it's getting real loud.
Yeah, we went outside and we were just talking. And she was like, "Child, I like you. What's your name?" I was like, "No, my name is Michael." Whatever. She's like, "I can just tell." She said, "You're not." She said, "Well, you're not being extra like the other ones." So I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "No, man." I said, "You're not that bad." I said, "No, I didn't like you at one time, man, because when you was about to fight Candy, I didn't like you." She said, "I can whoop that beat ass." But then we was like, "No, we just had a conversation." She took a wig off in front of me and everything.
Comfortable.
Yes, gave me her number, and I went to the wine cellar, and she was there, and we had a good time. And then I met another celebrity. I'm like, hey, I went Rennie Rucci and been in front of me, and I just never act like I was just.
Let me tell you something.
Like starstruck.
When I see people that I know of and respect and all that stuff and seen on TV, I do clam up, and I just don't know. I just be like, I just want to really respect their space,
Yeah,
right.
I mean, I can understand that. I think if I can even see Beyonce now, I love Beyonce, but I wouldn't be like,
or all over her. I just be.
Yeah, I'm like, hey Beyonce, I really love your music. Thank you. I don't want to be in your space either.
Yeah.
But, it could be like even a private dinner. She could be sitting at this table. I don't think I would be like, oh my god, yeah. And I would be like, girl, just go say bye. But I wouldn't be starstruck, like where they have to like remove me because I'm about to aggravate the hell out of her. Yeah.
But I'm going to. Okay, so it's people like even Tyrone trying to help and hold me accountable. Just say something. So I'm gonna
just speak.
But as far as the struggle to let go, supposed to, just to get back to the topic.
Mm-hmm.
In my head, I'm not supposed to be in the upper echelon. You know what I'm saying? I'm not supposed to be, making videos and telling all my business. I'm not supposed to be known. I'm not supposed to be the greatness that everybody sees that I am. Like,
Oh, I definitely understand that.
But it's like, it kind of gets difficult when you have all these visions. You can see yourself in this space and that space, and it's like as it's on its way to happen, and it's like I didn't know this is happening. First of all, second of all, like what is going on? Why am I being pulled into these spaces?
And I think that also sometimes while we feel like we're not supposed to be where we are going to be at, I think it's because we're so used to society telling us that you're not even the look of this whatever it is.
That's a part of it.
Being black, being gay, being a bigger sized person, I guess fat or overweight or whatever you want to call it. You always are kind of looked at, not looked at or passed by, because
that's perfect.
Nothing is perfect, correct. And you always are passed by or looked over.
Yeah.
And I could be the most talented person for whatever we're about to do, but because of the look, the outside look, they're going to choose someone. I'm being ignored. They're going to choose somebody else who don't have no knowledge of what we're about to do. But I think that I'm happy that I have had the upbringing I had, where I got picked on, and everything that I went through just made me stronger, and it made me who I am today. And now that you can't tell me something I already know about myself. Like, what you gonna tell me? Oh, you're a big okay. So
yes, I've been seeing that.
I see that in the mirror every day. I put one leg in my pants and those size so and so.
Yes.
Okay. But it's just society put these labels on you, and you start to believe them. Also, so then you start putting labels on yourself, which is the hardest thing. Because when you look in the mirror, even with me now, when I look in the mirror, I'm not the happiest person, but I see things that I need to change for me, but I also see things I need to change sometimes to probably please somebody else. And I'm just being truthful. Sometimes you do see that, and it's all a struggle.
Mommy says, Jennifer, you're a leader. Get into it.
Get into it.
Thanks, Mommy.
Absolutely.
I'll have to mention today was, I feel like a few bricks were placed upon my heart today. My brother and my husband, as well as my friend Joseph, got me all the way together. I was jumped, friend.
Not jumped.
Verbally.
Verbally. That's still a jump.
Okay.
You were verbally attacked.
But you're making it sound bad. It was really good. Like, it was a really good thing that happened.
And that's
exactly
making
it sound bad.
Y'all know.
Yeah, like to
I
see
wasn't
that you were
cussed out or
jumped.
anything.
Like, you were uplifted, honey.
Yes. So I did something great. I complimented somebody, and because I don't know. Okay, that's one thing that I do. I am my father's daughter. I certainly have no problem complimenting people, strangers, anybody.
You have done that a lot. You want to work with you. You don't mind.
I don't mind.
Mm-mm.
Child, I remember one time I was going to church. I saw this parent, a family, parents and a child. They were dressed up in African attire. They looked gorgeous. And I was driving out the apartment complex, and they were walking to their car, and I had to press the brakes. I had to pump those brakes, and I rolled my husband's window because I was driving. I had to pump the brakes, and I rolled my husband's window down. I said, "Y'all look gorgeous this morning."
Yes. And your African attire. Y'all better represent.
And they smiled and said thank you, and wave, because I ain't gonna stay there to wait for too much reaction. It was like,
right,
gorgeous, yes, and then just drove off. I love doing things like that. I love to insert positivity, but what Tyrone and Jonathan did today was gave me the gravity, the weight of what I did today, and how much it affected this young woman. For me to speak to her, for me to speak to her and say she looks just fine, and I see her. I didn't even think about the gravity of the words I said, but without saying too much, they told me how encouraging I was to her, and how much this means to her. And this is what you do. You do this so much, so often, and it comes out of you naturally without even thinking about it.
No hesitation.
You don't even know the effect you even have on somebody.
Right. She doesn't. She really does not. But it just comes so naturally.
Efforts, yeah.
Yeah, and so I was told, like, there's going to be more. It's going to happen more and more. I'm going to be questioning the things that I'm saying out of my own mouth, but people are really going to be moved by it. And just hearing that, it's going back to the supposed to be's. Like, I don't know. I don't know, what to do with all that. But what I will do is take my time and walk in it.
Yes,
because it is me.
Well, God made you who you're supposed to be, so.
Right, exactly. And when we tap into who we're supposed to be,
yes, Lord,
honey, who we're supposed to be,
and
not the expectations of others.
Yes, you don't even care what anybody think about you. You keep your negative energy, sister.
Okay.
I don't even care.
Okay.
What you're doing only is not uplifting, and it's not coming from a good place.
Right.
And that's why, I want to encourage everybody. Let me do that now. While I have it on me, don't listen to that little voice in your head saying that you don't need to be doing this. Why are you stepping out and doing something that's a little foreign to you? Why are you trying to do something extra outside of your norm? Why are you trying to just take that step out that you need to better yourself and better your situation? Ignore those voices. Ignore what's around you, because there's a lot of people around you living in what they believe they're supposed to be. Did you know that people that believe that they're supposed to be on Section 8 and
Wow.
remain on
Yeah.
that?
No, yes, a lot of people don't move forward because so they can just stay on that. Ridiculous.
Just so they can do that. Some people that don't get a job and make
Just so.
more than the absolute minimum just so they can hold on to what they have. They
Right.
don't use the program now. Don't get me wrong, I have seen plenty of people that use the program for what it is, a way to get up, from where you were. But some people believe they're supposed to be oppressed. Some people that believe that they are supposed to be using their race as an excuse not to move forward in life. Some people use their gender as a reason to be like, I should be in this space. I should not have to do this, that, or the third because I am a man or because I am a woman.
Right.
Let's not hold on to what society says we should be, but move forward in who we are.
Yes.
Right.
'Cause
Do
the
whatever it is that you're comfortable with doing with. You don't have to do something that totally takes you completely outside of your box. Yes, it's good to get outside the
take
box from time
steps.
to time. But don't go so far out that you're so uncomfortable. If you're not going to be comfortable in whatever it is that you're thinking about doing, then it's not a good idea to do it. Make sure you are comfortable
Well,
with
Now,
doing it.
Jonathan,
Hmm?
there's a lot of things that the Lord tells us to do that I don't feel comfortable doing at all.
Well, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Well, if the Lord tells you to do it, you better do it. And don't it don't matter. It don't. I mean, when it comes to you,
Yes.
that's a different story. But when it comes to God, Lord, if He gives a command, honey, you
You best
react.
move.
You
Wait,
missed the move. That'd be
when
the
he
best. The
said,
first time you do that before anything else.
okay, when he said, Jennifer, wake up from this less than 15-minute nap and go on over there and make this video.
Lord, right now.
Yes,
You sure?
probably today.
Can we wait like at least 20 more minutes? No, because you're retarding.
Well, I will say this. I know being yourself is probably harder or easier said than done, but just know, I recommend everyone to go out to eat by themselves.
That's it.
Go out, do something alone. Because some people are even afraid. If you're afraid to be by yourself or do things alone,
That's a
you will
problem.
never know who your authentic self is. Okay, so I
That's
encourage
another
people.
supposed to be. People
Yeah.
say you're not supposed to be going to the movies by yourself. How can you do that?
And why not?
Hey, let me tell you something. I go to the movies by myself. Okay,
If you
not
can't enjoy
these
your
days.
own company, then nobody else will enjoy you either.
Right?
If you can't make yourself happy, what makes you think what makes you think somebody's going to be in a relationship with you and you're miserable all the time?
Yes.
And then some people will say, well, that person's supposed to make me happy. That's not how this works.
No,
Right.
you make yourself happy, and then you make somebody else happy too. Along the way.
Absolutely. Spread joy. Oh gosh, isn't that such a sad place to be in though? You can't make yourself happy.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
If you can't take yourself out and still enjoy yourself,
I take myself out constantly.
I don't know what the problem is. Anywho, this was awesome.
This was definitely great. I'm glad that we all have found ourselves or are still finding our complete self. I don't think I'm
Right.
complete yet, but I know that I'm 65% all the way loaded.
Yeah.
we still stepping into our greatness at the
All
moment.
of
You
us
know what I'm
are.
saying?
And to be honest, that's a process that's never going to be done. We're going
Right.
to continue to learn more and more until we reach heaven. So
There's always room to grow.
Always.
just the fact that you need to learn more about yourself, that's enough. Walk in that and just be aware that there's more to know. That's good. I love it. I love it. Okay. I gotta go find myself something to eat, y'all.
Yeah.
That's the struggle that
All right.
Okay, so Jonathan, go ahead and talk about your channel while I try to find a banner that has your channel name on it.
Yes, my channel name is JoJo Speaks. Just type in JoJo Speaks into the search bar. My channel will pop right on up. We post videos every Thursday night at 9:30 with hot topics and social commentary. So make sure that you guys subscribe to my channel, share it with all of your friends, family, and loved ones. Put it out on your social media contacts. We want to get the word out about JoJo Speaks. JoJo Speaks again on YouTube. Subscribe, 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 y'all.
All right. And if you don't want to hear nothing about it, just look at our beautiful faces or something, okay? Just
Right.
come on over.
Okay.
We all will be there.
For sure.
We definitely will. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
So
I'm
don't
about to.
don't
Go
beat
ahead.
me there. Beat me there.
Beat me there.
Right.
That's also. I want to yell because I think Tyrone made it for me. That is so sweet of him. All right, Mr. Mike.
Yeah, so my name is Michael. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and also Twitter at Mr. Real 121. It's at the bottom of the screen. Also, I'm coming out with a YouTube series, docu-series, I guess you can call it. It's a 10-part episode coming October-ish. And it's about just going through the trials and tribulations of removing the supposed to be and becoming your own.
Absolutely.
It's something like that, actually. But
really, yeah.
I'll give out more details the closer it comes. But no, you're gonna have a good time. Just watch my journey, and it's called "You Know What," which is at the bottom of the screen. Actually, also Michael Life and Dogs.
I am excited about that. I really am. I'm excited to really see all of that and stuff.
Yes.
I'm ready to join the journey.
Yeah,
well, you know, it's definitely gonna be, you know, like I've been saying for the past couple of weeks. I know I don't sound like a broken record, but it's definitely gonna be almost like a coming out story. It's not gonna be another weight lifted off, because I'm gonna be just I'm not gonna be you're not gonna see the Michael that people are probably gonna see in person, like the happy-go-lucky, bubbly, making everybody laugh. This is gonna be the struggle of me just really trying to remove toxicity from myself, and really join the journey to be healthy and happy all the way through. I'm happy now, but it's still things that you go through in life that you just know that you need to remove from yourself, and I'm just going through the journey of removing it, and I'm doing it this way out loud in front of everybody.
Do you know what happens when you do stuff like that?
You help others. That's what my main goal is, to help others, and also I'm just putting it out there. Like, I don't even. Well, I do care, but it is what it is. Once I release it, it's gonna be released, and it's gonna be a journey that.
But what I mean is the work on yourself that you're doing.
Yes.
Through that process, I'm telling you, you're opening yourself up for love.
Yes,
absolutely.
You know what? I do feel that. I always say, even though I'm ready to meet my king, okay, I always say, maybe it's just not time because I'm not done working on me. And I don't need anybody else to have any distractions, especially right now when I'm not going through anything tough, but when you still know it's something that you should be coming out of.
Right.
You don't want you don't want it to be shadowed by somebody else.
Let me tell you this real quick.
Maybe they can help. I don't know.
I am the love prophet, and that's just yet another thing that I am walking in. And everybody that I've seen their love comes as they're working on themselves.
Mm-hmm.
When you are making yourself ready, it's like God saying, okay, I see they're taking care of this, that, and the third. I see they're doing this. Okay, this man or woman is going to be appearing for you. I'm telling you, by what I've seen. And
Lord, I'm working, Lord. I'm working.
It has worked for, I have had success with 3 people now. Yeah, so.
Well, it's going
to believe me what I say.
When the time is right and the Lord sends that man my way, or send me his way, or whatever.
Just continue to be patient. Enjoy your journey. Enjoy your journey. And as you're enjoying your journey, he's going to pop out of nowhere. I promise. Let me stop before I go too deep. So you can find me at The Light of the Leo. That's me.
The Light of the Leo.
On Instagram as well as TikTok. I'm actually doing a pretty good job of posting a little bit more often.
Yes, you are.
Yes,
I
you
noticed it
are.
today. I'm
I've,
so
I've,
proud
I've
of
been
you.
seeing notifications for you all week.
You took my advice. I'm so happy. I know you probably did it yourself too, but
Yeah.
you let people see you, girls.
Yes,
Right.
and this is like a little jump start for me because I haven't like the whole week off, so I want to try to do it more. So I'll be in the practice once I start working again, so I can, really get on that.
I love seeing it. Even on TikTok, I see, yes, look at her.
Yes, and I'm
Mhm.
thinking about having conversations about the questions that I pose on Facebook. So we'll get to that in the future here on
That
the
marriage question
video.
was real cute. It was. I don't want to say that right now. Never mind.
But there's questions like that that really show how people think, and
Yes,
do
yes,
I do respect everybody's opinion because everybody, has their own upbringing, their own life experiences that have shaped how they feel and think. So, hey, everybody's going to feel how they feel. I respect all opinions. I just
yes.
I have an opinion as well. And, I may feel differently.
It's
So,
not, that's the biggest part also of finding yourself and accepting yourself is to know that everybody's not going to be on the same accord, and you have
Right.
to. People is not going to have the same opinions as you. It could make no sense to you, but that's just their opinion still. And because sometimes I'd be like, "What is you talking about?" But sometimes it takes me a lot to not reply to it. That's just their opinion. That's their life.
exactly.
You gotta live for yourself.
Right.
Absolutely.
But it's
And
all about finding
on.
yourself too and being content.
Yes. Speaking of that, we do give our opinions heavily on the Juice Radio and Talk Show.
Yes,
Go
we do.
And go ahead and type in the search bar, the Juice Radio and Talk Show on YouTube, and you'll see all of us on our
Alright.
respective days. There's Wednesdays that has these two men here talking
Oh,
about
well, I have one more week left on the Juicy Radio Talk Show.
what happened.
My
'Cause you
schedule's
don't.
changing.
Oh yeah, it'll be okay. I'll live.
It will be.
But yeah, the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Get up on there. There's a lot of stuff there. And last but not least, Faithful Warrior Ministries, as well as our podcast. We do that on YouTube. Just type in Faithful Warrior Ministries. You'll find us easily on there. You'll see my face. And
At
also
10-ish.
at 10-ish a.m.
10-ish a.m. Yeah.
every Saturday. And we've been doing that consistently for a long time, even when we were on vacation. That was a nice little 4-minute prayer that
Yes, I saw that. Like, even on vacation and still came through with the videos.
okay.
Right.
Look at God.
Hey, you got to keep on praying, and that's just a testimony. Just keep on praying, keep it on, and we do come together. It's a great family. We come together on that way, and on the podcast, if you want to find us there, just type in the Faithful Warrior Ministries podcast, of course, and you'll see the praying hands, and that'll be us. And it's really beautiful. There's this one person that consistently listens to all our prayers. Like,
Awesome.
it's really
Awesome.
awesome. It's like I kind of don't care about the numbers these days. It's like it's nice to know that somebody's there. Anywho, we are way beyond time. Church announcements went too far, but it's okay. We're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go find some food, like I said, and I'm gonna go sleep. It's Jenny sleepy. I'm popping out these contacts, and it's a done data. All right. I love you guys. I love you. Please continue to shine your light out there because we need it. We need your special brand of greatness out here in this world. I know I'm great. You great too. Find it. Turn that light on and keep on shining. Bye, everyone.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
We're outie.